I can confirm that shortly after 11 o'clock this morning, a traffic crash has occurred on the Bruce Highway about 8 kilometres north of Gumlu. At the time, the traffic crash has involved two vehicles. A four-wheel drive towing a caravan was heading in a southbound direction on the Bruce Highway, and a bus was travelling in a northbound direction. There's been a collision between those two vehicles, very significant impact and very significant consequences. I can confirm that there were 33 people on board the bus at the time. Unfortunately, 3 of those people are currently deceased. We've had a number of people that have been treated at the scene for injuries. Some of those people have been taken to Ayr Hospital and Townsville Hospital, and I can confirm that one person has been airlifted due to the significance of the injuries. At this stage, the accident, the crash is under investigation. We haven't determined any factors that have contributed to the crash at this stage, but certainly a crash of this nature involving this many people is a very significant and very tragic incident for us. There are currently the Bruce Highway is closed in both directions. There are significant delays on the highway, and if I can just advise anyone planning to use the highway to take that into consideration. If there are alternate routes to that, if you can delay your travel, please do that. From an investigative point of view in relation to the traffic crash, I'd just like to request that anyone that may have any information or may have any dash cam or anything that may assist in the investigation, can you please contact police, either your local police station or through 000. I think I just want to take the opportunity to say that this was a very significant incident. I'd like to acknowledge the community members and the first responders on scene. And a crash like this is very, very confronting. And the first responders and the community members on scene at the time have done a very significant job in trying to help those who are injured and safeguard the scene and try and assist those with medical attention. So yeah, it's a very significant incident, and the role that they've played in helping people has been really, really encouraging. So I really want to thank them for what they've done. At this stage, we're still going through the process of trying to investigate the incident and identify the persons involved, so I can't provide any more details at this stage. Other than that, the 3 people that are deceased are female, and we'll continue to work through the scene and liaise with the families and progress the investigation as required. I could just advise also too, from a rail point of view, the location of the crash has impacted the rail line, so there are significant delays in relation to the train activity in the area. So again, for those people that may be using the rail, please take this into consideration in relation to your travel. An incident of this type, which impacts so many people, will not just impact those that are immediately involved in the incident, but also those that have helped, but also the local community, and extends through to the family members involved. I just want to take the opportunity to say that if anyone needs any help or needs any assistance trying to deal with an incident that is this significant, please reach out. You can reach out through any local providers, or you can reach out through any of the emergency services. We will connect you with referral services to try and assist you in dealing with it, because this is it's a very significant incident, and the impacts from this will be felt right throughout the community, right across the state and possibly across the nation as well. So if you need any assistance, please reach out. Unfortunately, the incidents occurred obviously in the holiday period. This is traditionally a period where we see a significant volume of traffic on the road. Can I just encourage everyone just to plan accordingly in relation to your journey. There is more traffic on the road. There traditionally are more incidents on the road. Really want to remind people to take the opportunity to plan your trip, to allow more time, to really be aware of those key factors that impact driving behaviour, and really try and make sure that you take steps to ensure that you can arrive at your journey safely. There is a significant police presence on the road throughout the holiday period. We'll continue to do that. We'll continue to work with other agencies and work with the community to try and make sure that you arrive at your destination safely.
Where did the bus start from, and where was its destination?
I don't have any details at this stage other than I'm advised that the bus was on its route collecting people and I believe was headed to Townsville. I don't know if that was the final destination.
And do you have the ages of the three females that are deceased, or are any of them children?
No, I don't have the details at this stage. What I can confirm is the three are females, and we're still working through to confirm the other details at this stage.
What type of bus was it?
I couldn't tell you the type of bus other than there were 33 people on board, so it was obviously a large bus with passengers on board. That's all I've got at this stage.
Are you aware of the company, the bus company at all?
I won't give details about the company at this stage.
And did any of the vehicles roll, and are they still on the road, or are they now, or did they veer off the road?
Look, I can confirm that the area where the crash occurred was a 100 kilometre zone, so it's a crash involving a significant impact. I can't go into detail at this stage around the specifics of how the crashes occurred. That'll be subject to an ongoing investigation.
Have you been able to determine which vehicle caused the crash?
No, the investigation's at its early stage yet, and we have a number of specialists on scene that will work through the incident scene. They'll forensically process the evidence, and then we'll look at that. We'll look at other aspects of the investigation, witness statements, to try and really put together what's happened. So again, I just take the opportunity to encourage anyone that may have information or may have dashcam footage to please contact police.
Have there been any charges at that stage?
No, as I said, the investigation is at its early stage. It's a process that we go through. It's a very significant incident scene, so from an investigative perspective, there are a lot of pieces to work through, and yeah, we've started that process, and we'll continue to do that process over the next coming days and coming weeks.
In terms of the response by emergency services, do you know if that involved doctors from Bowen perhaps travelling to that scene?
Look, I don't have the details of who was involved other than to say that it was a very significant response. An incident of this size where you've got a bus with 33 people on board and you've got another vehicle which had a number of passengers in that vehicle as well. Yeah, given that it is a high impact zone, given that it involves a significant number of people requiring medical attention, the response across emergency services from the community was very significant, and unfortunately 3 people have lost their lives and a number of other people have been injured. But again, I'd like to thank the community members and the first responders for what they've done on the scene.
And what arrangements are being made for the people who aren't injured? How are they being shifted from the scene?
That's something that's been worked through with the bus company at this stage. So the incident, the police on scene and the other first responders on scene will have been liaising with the company to facilitate that process.
How confronting was it for those first on scene?
Oh, look, any incident involving a serious traffic crash is confronting. An incident of this size and scope, particularly on a highway, on an open road, is very confronting. So, it certainly has an impact, that reaches right through from the first responders to the families, to the local communities, and this is something that'll have a really big impact in our community.
How far is that zone where the road's being blocked off?
No, look, I don't have details on the actual exclusion zone, other than to say that, as I said, an incident that is significant as this one will require a level of investigation that will take some time. The road, Bruce Highway, will be closed for as long as we need to get that to the point until when we can open it. We'll certainly open it at the first chance we can get. We understand the impact that it has on those people using the road, both in a personal capacity and a commercial capacity. So we'll certainly open it when we can, but it'll be a significant process to go through the evidence and do what we need to do.
For locals, what are the detours in place at the moment?
Look, I don't have the details at the moment. Other than obviously it's the Bruce Highway, it's school holiday time. It is a Sunday, so there's a significant amount of traffic on the road. So look, it will have an impact. It will cause delays. Please just bear in mind, if it's not essential travel, please don't do it. If you are travelling, have a look at the websites. Certainly on the Queensland Transport website, the dashboard there, they'll have the specific details of the closure, and then have a look and see what other routes you can get through.
Is the bus driver injured, or what can you tell us about the people who are towing the caravan?
I'm advised that there are no injuries involved for the people driving the four-wheel drive that was towing the caravan. I don't have any details on the bus driver at this stage.
So those 3 females that did pass away, they were from the bus?
Correct. Yep. So the three deceased and those injured, as I'm advised, were all from the bus.
Were there many children injured on the bus?
Look, I don't have any details of the actual passenger manifest other than to confirm there were 33 people on board at the time.
And do you know if the bus left Mackay on time and whether it picked up any passengers here?
No. I think the traditional routes for some of these buses is they do go along some of those coastal spots collecting passengers. I don't know who sort of got on at what point, other than that there were 33 passengers on board at the time.
It's just been circulating that the bus driver may have fallen asleep leading up to the crash. Is fatigue something you're seriously looking into?
Look, it's in the early stages of the investigation. I'm not going to speculate as to a cause. There'll be a number of investigative avenues pursued to try and determine actually what happened. We'll take the opportunity to say to everyone that, be aware of the fatal five. From our point of view, it's critical at this time of year to understand the increased volume of traffic on the road and some of those driver behaviours that can impact what happens on the road. So, please be aware of that. Please plan your journey and please take the opportunity to be aware and cognizant of all those things so you can arrive at your destination safely.
Have you called in additional police from the Mackay and Townsville areas to be part of this response?
Yeah, look, given that the incident has occurred, obviously, it's probably about halfway between Bowen and Ayr. There is a significant police response from both areas, and that involves, police coming down from Townsville, but also from those two spots. There are specialist investigators that will move into the investigation from both areas, and if we need to scale that up, we'll do it as required.